Hello and welcome back to the Azure DevOps course. In this lecture, we will start making a demo for the environment's permissions and the agent pools permissions and the service connections permissions. So first, I will start with the environment's permissions. So I'll click here in the environments and click on the security here and click on add and choose our group. Here we have 4 rules like the variable groups. We have the administrator rule that can create and delete and do anything, and the creator. The creator can create environments and manage the environments. The user can only use the environments and view it. The reader has the read access only for the environment. So I will give our custom security group the user permissions. So it can only use the environments and can't delete or create any environment. So I will give it the permission. And if I turn back for the environments in our user Osama that is in our custom security group and try, for example, to delete the dev security group, for example, try to delete it, give me access denied. I don't have the permission to delete it. And if I try to create a new environment, any non-environment, I don't have the permission to create any environment. So I can only use the environments and view it. I can't create or delete. So that is for the environment's permissions. And also, if I turn back for the environments and click on security in this specific environment, for each specific environment there is a pipeline permissions. This pipeline's permissions make a restriction for the pipelines. So I can restrict all the pipelines, or I can make it have open access for all the pipelines. So here, if I enable the restriction, now here I add the pipelines that can use this environment, or I can make it open access for all the pipelines. So this is permission specific for the pipeline itself. It's not for the user. So that is for the environment. We can now add the pipelines that can use this environment. So we can make restriction for specific pipelines, or we can make it open access. Okay, that's for the environments. Now I will go to talk about the agent pools permissions. And now I want to give our custom security group the permission to use the agent pools. It can create or delete any agent pool. So I will click here in the security, click add, and choose our custom security group. And now we have the same 4 rules: the administrator, creator, user, reader. I will give our custom security group the user permission. It can view and use agent pools, but can't manage or create agent pools. Click add and save. If I return back to Osama user in the project settings, agent pools, if I try, for example, to delete the Windows agent pool, give me access denied. I don't have the permission to delete the agent pool or create. If I try to add a new pool, name it test, for example, and create, it gives me also access denied. I can only use and view the agent pools. I can't create or delete agent pools. So that is for the agent pools permissions. Also, if I click on the pool itself in the security, there is also a pipelines permissions like the environments. So I can restrict permissions for specific pipelines and add the pipelines that can use this agent, or I can make it open access so all the pipelines can use it. This permissions is only for the pipeline. It is not for the users or the groups. So that's for the agent's permissions. So lastly, I will talk about the service connections permissions. I'll go here in a service connection, and by default, our custom security group, the Azure DevOps security group, doesn't have permission to view the service connections. If I click here on the service connection using our user Osama that is in our custom security group, if I click on service connections, I can't view the service connections. So I want our custom security group to have the permissions to use and view the service connections. So I will turn back here in the security and add our group. Here we have the 4 rules: administrator, creator, user, reader. I want to make our custom security group to use the service connection, but it can't create a service connection and it can't delete the service connections. So I will try to add. I added the Azure DevOps course security group and give it the user role for the service connections, and I will save. So if I return back to Osama user, that is a member of our custom security group, and refresh, it can now see the service connections. But if I try to delete anyone, like for example, if I try to delete the ACR, if I click here to delete, I don't have permission to delete the service connections. And also if I try to create a new service connection, like for example a GitHub service connection, and save, I don't have permission to create service connection. And it tells me to be a creator, to have a creator role, so I can create a service connection. So now with the user role in the service connections, I can view and use a service connection, but I can't create or delete service connections. So that's all for this lecture. We have learned how to give the least privilege permissions for the Azure DevOps environments and Azure DevOps agent pools and Azure DevOps service connections. I hope you like it, and see you in the next lecture.